Okay, since I've done a tier list for everything in Black Fruits but guns, and also because of how long this update is taking, which is giving a lot of Black Fruit content creators a hard time to make content, let's do a gun tier list. Okay, so I'll be having 5 tiers: OP, great, gun main only, possible combos, and do not touch. So let's just start off with the easy ones: the slingshots, the revolvers, canyons, bazooka. So already half of the guns do not touch. I think all of these guns are really bad. They don't really do anything. They have no combo potentials. Bazooka is just like a worse version of Kabucha. The Z move is like a little push, but it doesn't do much. I think it just pushes, it doesn't hold like people down. And the X move. Now if this fire were to burn the enemies, maybe it would have been a little higher on the list, but it's just there for like looks. So yeah. Canyon has the same movesets as Bazooka. Flintlock has the same as Refined Flintlock. And then Slingshot is the same as Refined Slingshot. Next is the Musket. I'll put both Musket and Refined Musket on possible combos, and let me show you guys why. Again, both of these have the same movesets, just that the Refined one is stronger. These two guns are possible combos because of their X move. Yeah, it knocks the enemy up with a tornado. I'm not sure if this can break Ken, but if it does, it's definitely possible for a combo. And then your Z move is quite useless. All it does is it just shoots. Maybe the explosion will break Ken, but still I don't think these guns are viable at all. Alright, so now for a sit-'em rifle. A sit-'em rifle is a pretty good gun. This is debatable. You could put it in great tier, but to be honest, I would prefer to put it in gun main only. Because if you don't know, a sit-'em rifle is probably the only gun that people use as gun mains. The damage of this gun is freaking insane. Like, this gun can take you by surprise if you aren't careful. It will shred you. Let me show you the damage right here. It does 8,700 with 300 masteries. Imagine that with max masteries and upgraded version. And then your M1s do 3,000 damage. But like I said earlier, this gun can also be a great gun for sword mains as well, because it breaks Ken. And against dull users, this gun is very good, but I feel like it just shines more if used as gun mains. Next, we got Bizar Rifle. This gun, I'll put it in gun main only as well. If you guys didn't know, this gun does the most damage out of every gun if you get your X move off. So it does like 13,000. This gun is pretty niche. You'll need a certain build for this gun to work, and the only fighting style that can work well with this gun in my opinion is Death Step, because Death Step has a suppression and it also has a burn, which is ideal for this gun so that you can keep the enemies in your flame. I'll be putting Kabucha in great tier. Kabucha is probably the most used gun after Soul Guitar because the X move is so valuable. If you guys don't know what the X move does, it pretty much just pushes the enemy and it will suppress them onto the ground for a couple of seconds. And then your Z move, when you hit your enemies, it will break the Ken. The only thing keeping this gun from being OP tier is that it takes quite some skills. Of course, it's easy to just, do this, but it's very hard to use this gun like proficiently, since it will take good aim and prediction. If you go and watch really good players use Kabucha, for some reason they're always able to predict where the enemy is going and always hit the X move. So yeah, if you are very good at using Kabucha, then it'll for sure be an OP tier. For Serpent Bow, I'll also put it in great tier. Serpent Bow is kind of like a sit-'em rifle, where like your auto attacks will poison the enemy, and it also does quite a bit of damage as well. But to be honest, I think Serpent Bow is a little better than a sit-'em rifle for sword mains, because the casts are faster and you have a stun. Your Z move breaks Ken, and like it does a lot of damage, and then your X move will stun the enemy, and this gun has like 0 end lag at all. So yeah, you can get very fast combos with this gun, and it's also very good for combos that are easily Ken-tricked, and you can just sneak some of these abilities in. And because of how fast Serpent Bow is, you can weave them in the middle of your combos. And you get a lot of unexpected damage off of it as well. Alright, so now for the final gun, which is Soul Guitar. You guys already know where this is going to go. Straight to OP tier. Soul Guitar is so overloaded. For one, your M1s, they travel hecka long. If you hit the ground next to your enemy, you'll break their Ken. Even if you don't, you will just drain their Ken with it. Your Z move is like Kabucha X, where you will push the enemy and you will suppress them as well. One thing is that it doesn't break Ken, but even then you will just drain them. And then your X move, you summon a huge AoE. And what this AoE does is it breaks Ken. it knocks the enemies up, and it heals you. Soul Guitar X move is so good for like combo extending, combo starting, repositioning yourself, healing yourself. And because of how big the AoE is, as long as you are near the enemies, like right here, you will never miss it. And that's why you always see people doing something like this. Plus, the cooldowns on Soul Guitar is very short, meaning that you can spam this gun a lot. I honestly don't know what the devs were thinking when they made Soul Guitar, but this gun is insane. Alright, and that'll be it for the video. And if you would, please hit the like and subscribe button. It was so miserable to try to get masteries for all these guns. So yeah, subscribe to make me feel better. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, Joss.